Hello, hello. I am making samples. You guys, this light is like in my eyeballs. I'm sitting on my bed because I did something to my back and my back hurts really bad. So I'm sitting in my bed working on some samples, and I wanted to show you how I do my samples of different stuff. First off, if you did not know, look at this like light. It's blinding me. I already moved to one side of my bed already. These little syringes, go to your local pharmacy. They give them to you for free. Just ask them for a kid's syringe. So I'm going to make samples of the Counter Clean and the Scentsy Fresh. Both of these, whiff box. That's how I got these, was a whiff box. And I think, yeah, I have a body wash somewhere. But Lord knows what I did with that. So I already made samples of the hand soap. And I always make a mess making these, so I need to like rinse them off before I label them. And then I also made samples of body cream. I will go back and label them, but I am avoiding my computer today. So I have a mess because I'm the queen at making messes. So I just used straight from the bottle of this hand soap, which like I've already made samples on it out of it once. And then I'm just going to put this in my bathroom and it's going to be used. Same thing with the body cream. I made samples with this. It's been kind of sitting there on my desk. I just made samples again now to go in my bathroom on the counter so that it can be used because it's just about gone. But I bought these bottles here from Amazon. So I got these ones from Amazon. And then I also have these little itty bitty ones, which I think I'm going to use these. I don't know. These ones are a little bit bigger, but I don't think I want to give them that big of a sample. So I'm going to use these smaller ones, which these can be a little tricky when you're making Scentsy Fresh. So I'm going to put Scentsy Fresh in here. But while I'm making these samples, I wanted to chat about a few different things. One, I get asked this a lot about things like, how do I find time to do all of this? You guys, one of the biggest things is I don't watch TV. Like, I know that a lot of people think that that's crazy, but I simply don't watch TV. I watch football. I do watch football. But for the most part, I don't watch TV. I don't have cable. I do not have cable. I don't pay for it. I haven't paid for it. It's not my jam. I think TV is, it's a brainwasher in my opinion. And so I just don't watch it. I don't get sucked into TikTok. I don't watch TikTok. I rarely watch Facebook Reels. I just don't do those types of things. I have a business to run, and I also have a family. So, like, I simply, oh my gosh. I really try to use my time wisely. And I've never, and I can honestly say this, I've never binge watched a TV show. I've never binge watched a Netflix series. I've never binge watched any TV, none of it, never. It's never really been my thing. So like, if you're watching TV and sitting on the couch, you have time to work your business. And I'm not saying that you can't do it while you watch TV, but you could be working your business while watching TV. I write thank you cards, and I'm going to make a mess. I write thank you cards. I run workstation numbers. I place orders. I follow up with customers. I send shipping notifications, all of that, all while watching football. So I just take this little syringe and this cute little thing and I fill it. One of the biggest things is slow. Do this slow. And then I don't fill it all the way. I know you guys, this is like really bad lighting, but see, I don't fill it all the way because when I put this in here, it will like pop. And then now they have a nice little sample. This is a sample for like their car. Again, it's a sample. You can use the bigger bottles, which, like, I mean, I guess I could use these, but I don't think I want to, just because I don't want to give them like a bunch. I really want them to be able to use just one shot, like one time. But I'm actually making these samples for a few different reasons. One, I'm working on borrow bags. And so that's, or I don't think I would call them borrow bags. They're kind of in a bag. This is where my medical skills somewhat show that I'm okay. But I don't know, I'm working on these little things. So they have 10 testers, a catalog, and I'm not done. I'm going to put some samples in there, some order forms, all of that. I'll come back when I'm all done with these because I'm actually preparing. So that's the thing. I'm actually preparing for next month. I really want to do some turkey trots. And so turkey trots, again, I will explain that whole thing in a different video, but it's where I want 6 people to take these to their Thanksgiving dinner. And that's another thing is, like, I'm always trying to plan ahead. So, like, I have pretty much all of my specials, all of the things that I'm going to run this month created, planned, ready to go. So now it's time that I work on next month so that I am, like, ahead. I do not have any events this month, so I thought I had some, but I was supposed to have some, but one I backed out of. 2, they double booked the Scentsy consultant, and I was the double booker, so I got eliminated. But I am hosting my own wax and mats party, where they're going to come to my home and do a craft, and they're going to get a 6-pack of wax. I do have a couple of people come into that so far. And then I also have 2 home parties, so I really need to get some samples made. I give samples away as prizes at, well, I give them away as prizes as Facebook parties, home parties, all parties. So I used to give away full-size products. I do not do that anymore. It is all different types of samples that I give because a prize is a prize. And so it's nice to just have some samples put down, already made. If you do not know, I have had a couple of people ask me about samples the last couple of weeks. And I wanted to give you guys just a little thing. Yes, Carrie, you should do your own. It's so fun. Get some people to come to your house. The mats are pretty cheap on the internet. And I have a Cricut, so I'm going to cut the designs myself. And so, like, that gives it a little bit of a more personal touch where they can give me their design prior. And I will have it cut and ready for them to make when they get here. I'm supplying all of the supplies. But you really should try to do your own little thing at home. But I was saying I used to give full-size products as prizes. I don't do that anymore. I do samples. I think samples are a good enough price. And it also hopefully will get them hooked on another thing. But if you do not get Whiff Box, that's where I was going, Whiff Box. If you are struggling on how to make samples and how to continuously make samples and money is tight, wait until you see what is in the Whiff Box and then purchase the Whiff Box if it is full of goodies. Like, we're in October. September had the warmer because that was last month. So the month before, which was August. Yep, see, that's where my brain's at. I had to just work my way backwards. August was a like perfect sampling box. It was the counter clean, the Scentsy Fresh, the body wash, and the wax. That box right there, I purchased that simply to make samples. I make a bunch of bulk samples and then it just becomes my product that I use in my home, that I'm still showing on my video, my lives, I'm showing on my stories, I'm showing in my pictures, I'm talking about all of those things. So it's the best bang for samples, for sharing, not selling, for putting your face on a product, as well as to make sure you're utilizing Scentsy in your home. I do not quite yet know what is inside this month's Whiff Box, and when I do know, I'll be sure to share it. But if you don't have Scentsy products in your home because you're new, or maybe you do, but it's all older stuff, utilizing the Whiff Box is, honestly, it is your best bet. Because they're goodies, and they're like, I don't know, what are they, like 35, they're $35, and I think last month had 6 bucks worth in it. I couldn't believe that. And that's how a lot of them have been. And then you can also get it, go live with it. Now you can hopefully sell a whole boatload of Whiff Boxes. You can also use, Jesus. You can do, okay, so Whiff Box. You can use it to sell a Whiff Box. You can use it to do a club. I know what word I'm looking for, like insert club here type thing, you know. You can advertise club with it. You can make samples with it. Then you can turn around and use the product so you can talk about the product. You can use your product in your stories. You can use the product at home parties. You can pretend that you use the product. One of the things about that whole dish water post that I made the other day, you guys, I do not like Scentsy's dish soap. I do dishes twice, sometimes 3, 4 times a day. I don't like dishes in my sink. It's just something that I don't do. Growing up, my mom always told me that if you had dishes in your sink, your house was dirty. So I don't do dishes in my sink. But I also don't like Scentsy dish soap. But there's always Scentsy dish soap on my counter. I have this little tote bucket thing that I keep my counter clean, my all-purpose cleaner in, my bathroom cleaner, my glass cleaner, all of that stuff. It's just this little container. And it always has a dish soap in it. We used to sell dish soap in our catalog. We don't anymore, but it is still an LTO. Like currently we do have some available. That fragrance is on my sink. I made samples with it, and then it's gonna sit there. My kids use it as hand soap in the kitchen, but I do not like the dish soap, but it was still in my photo. They did not know that I didn't use Scentsy dish soap in that sink water. I use Dawn dish soap, if I'm going to be honest with you. But it was still a sharing without selling perk of having the dish soap sitting there. I guess. I was going to use these for counter clean, but no, I'm not going to. I'm going to use these bigger ones. So like that was just a thing. That's just the way it is. It also, like, let's say one of the bigger things is too is washer whiffs. If you don't have, I don't like Scentsy's laundry soap, but I do like our washer whiffs, and I do use our washer whiffs. I actually use our washer whiffs for a lot more than just my laundry. I really like our washer whiffs on my floor, so I sprinkle them on my carpet and let them sit for a while, and then I vacuum it up. You're not technically supposed to advertise that because Scentsy's saying that, like, they can't be responsible for what it does to somebody's vacuum. So if you try that, just make sure you are aware that, like, I guess it could mess up your vacuum, but it's never messed up mine. And that's what I tell people. So I need to start advertising the way that Shauna Davis does. And if you guys do not follow her, please go look up her Facebook group. It's like Sharing Without Selling, or Let's Live Out Loud, or I don't know. I can post a link. I'm not even sure if she's letting people in the group anymore. But that is it's like she really lives out loud and does a lot of sharing versus selling. And so that's kind of where I learned how to do it myself, was through that group. And then once you follow that group for a while, it just becomes a natural thing to more or less sharing it. But like the biggest thing I can tell you is that you have to use the products. Like it's like you are going to be more passionate about something that you actually use, something that you actually like. It's just going to come so naturally if it's something that you like. And that is where I think a lot of the disconnect is you don't have to purchase all of the things to advertise just some of the stuff that you like and that you use in your home. So, for instance, I don't have to advertise the laundry soap because I don't like it, but I should be advertising the washer whiffs. And I use them, and that's just one thing that I forget about. So like I'm digging it into my brain. Like, start talking more about washer whiffs. Because I talk the crap out of counter clean, like a boatload of counter clean. You guys, my heart will break if Scentsy takes counter clean from me. Like, seriously, it will break. Because I will be so sad. So sad. And it's okay to be honest. Because if you say that you love everything, you're a lie, and people know you're a lie. So, like, just be honest that you don't like the fragrance. You don't like the product. This is why. My customers know that I do not do clove. I don't do pine. Absolutely not. It's not happening. And it's okay to just be honest. Like, people will relate to you in that sense. It's okay to say that you underestimated. It's okay to say, like, you underestimated something. And I got to that point because of this Scarlet Sunflower. Answer this without looking it up. Is Scarlet Sunflower fruity or floral? Is it in the category of fruity or floral? It is in the fruity category. Y'all, I thought it was in the floral category. I thought it was in the floral category, so I judged it. I was like, I am not going to like that. Nope, not going to like that. Then we did this fragrance thing at SFR. And it was this fragrance Scarlet Sunflower, where I had been missing out on this my whole time it's been around. They could make these easier to open too. One time when I was younger, I did that. And I put it right through the center of my hand, this scissors. Really, Serena? I judged it. I am not gonna lie. I judged it by its name, and then I've actually started sampling it in quite a bit of stuff, like in wax, and I did wax, and I did scratch and sniff stickers. I've really been advertising it, and everybody's been raving about it. But because the name was Scarlet Sunflower, I thought it was floral, and that I wasn't gonna like it, so I never even tried it. And then we go there, and I was like, oh my God, I love this scent. Why have I never had this fragrance? And then it was in the whiff box, so I snagged this. And it smells so good. Oh, so good. And Scentsy gave it to us in pods at SFR. And that was fantastic. That was so good. But it's not available in pods. I think they're going to bring it next year in pods. I use this one for lotion. I'll just wash these later. But yeah, they're going to bring it back. They're going to bring it in pods next year because I used the pods. Oh, they were so good. So it's okay to be honest. Like, I actually told people, my whole VIP group and everything, that I judged it by the name of it. I thought it was going to be a floral scent, and some of my customers were like, oh my God, I like that scent, and I used it last year. And I'm like, well, you guys could have told me how good it was, because here I am sleeping on it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm making samples and blabbing your ear off. So thanks for coming to my TED Talk today. I'm really trying to get more live. If you guys hate lives, just come on here and practice your lives, because I'm not joking you. That sounds so stupid, but being live on your social media platforms increases your visibility on social media. It increases your connection. It honestly helps your business more than I would ever be able to explain to you that it helps your business. And do not be afraid that it's chaotic. If you want to see a chaotic live, go watch one of my lives when all of my kids are home. Go watch one of Laura's lives when her kids are home. Yeah, it gets chaotic. But I'll tell you what, the videos that are chaos with my children in them get most views. They bring me the most income. And my kids are like the heart of my business. And so everybody will create conversation with just my kids. And I'm just there. And it's okay. Like, I love it. So don't worry about being chaotic, because it's okay to be chaotic when you're live. And it's okay to make mistakes. I do all the time on here, on my own lives, on my stories, all of it. I drop stuff. I break stuff. I say things I shouldn't say. I misspeak. My internet connection sucks. But like, that's real life, and you're showing that you do not have to be perfect to work this business. Because actually the more chaotic your life is, the more you fit into the Scentsy journey. So I am making counter clean samples, and I'm going to fill this bottle about halfway. Maybe less than half. I think that's sufficient. These are so big, I think. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I need to go a little bit smaller. Let's see, let's put this whole thing in there. I bought these at the dollar store, so they're mLs. I mean, I feel like that's sufficient. I think it's sufficient enough. You're trying it before you buy it. And I don't want to give it my whole bucket or my whole bottle. I want to use this. I need to wash my table today. So that's what it's at. Okay, so I'm like at like 25 ml. So I'm going to do like just before 10. Yeah. Just do whatever you want to do. Like, just because I do it doesn't mean you have to do it. I feel like it's a lot in this tube, but then it's not when it gets in the bottle. I don't know. I'm putting these into my party packs or into my turkey trot packs. I don't advise that you do this in your bed, but listen, if you're watching TV and you're bored, like, do it in your bed. Do it on your couch. Do it wherever you're watching TV. Do it while you're sitting at sports practice. You guys know how many times that I used to bag samples and label samples while sitting at in a gym or in a practice of some sort. During the winter, I have gym duty, which because I'm on a basketball board, so I have to sit in a gym for hours upon hours. It's not really that fun, but like it is what it is. And I sit there for a really long time. I take my computer, I label product sheets, I fold product sheets. I do all of that stuff like while I'm supposed to be doing something else too. But like it gets it done. So if you're sitting at sports practice, dance, cheer, football, basketball, soccer, hockey, any of that, that is your time to fold product sheets, label samples, bag samples. Do your customer follow-up. Like I used to, come basketball season, I'll be back to it, but I am blessed this season with my oldest being Carson's football coach. So I got out of football duty. And before, those of you that have been here with me a while know that I have spent a lot of time on the football field, 4 days a week for the last 13 years. Basketball season's 2 days a week, but it's going to be 4 days a week this year. Well, 5 if you count game days, because I have 2 children playing basketball. Brian is going to be throwing shot for LCC this year, that same season. So he's not going to be able to be as in charge. He is still going to assistant coach for Carson's team, but he's not going to be able to get him and do all the things that he was doing for me, that he does for me this season. So you have the time, you just got to utilize your time. And because I'm going to do all this after I'm done, this is the last one I'm doing. Maybe I probably should have counted these because I need 6 of them right off the bat. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, I got 10. Okay, so these are good. I'm going to clean all of this up, and I'm thinking I'm going to take a nap because I want to take a nap, and I never take a nap. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Make some samples, get them out, get in your stories, go live on Facebook. You can do it. This is the season. This is the season. And if you are not lead, you have the ability to get an additional $200 on your paycheck. What? Can I just tell you how jealous I am of that? I've made it all the way up to director. I've been with Scentsy almost 9 years. They never asked for me a $200 cash bonus for doing anything promoting-wise. Like, what? So how it works is you're going to get your commission check. So you've got October's and November to do it. If you do it within one of those 2 months, when you get your paycheck in December, you're going to get your paycheck, and then you're going to get an additional $200 bonus. That is on top of your check. So like, what? Who could use $200? I could use $200 for groceries. I could use $200 to go on retail therapy. I could use $200 to buy some more Scentsy. I could use $200 on Christmas. I could use $200 on a lot of things. So don't tell me that you can't use $200, because like everybody can use $200. So work hard. I am here for you, and I'm gonna get you out of your bubble. Whether I have to like annoy you to do so, I'm gonna do it. But I'm all done. I have a mess to clean up, and I hope that you guys all have a good day. I'll see you soon.